Welcome to CiloGear Propaganda Films. I'm Marcus Donaldson and this is my pack. This is the 45-liter NWD WorkSack I use to climb the Colton Leech route on Mount Huntington in the Alaska range. Mount Huntington is a 12,240-foot peak. Colton Leech is a 4,000-foot route of continuous ice and mixed climbing. On the outside of the pack I have a couple of pieces strapped lashed to the outside. Have the sleeping pad here, and I also will attach some ice screws to the belt loop here, webbing. It's nice to have your gear easily accessible. With the pack on, you can't always access your harness as easily. I also have a picket attached to the outside, and I'll use the same support straps that I use to support the interior contents, to just lash that to the pack, and if I need to access the picket, just snap that and it comes right out. It exposes the NWD fabric here. This is an incredibly lightweight fabric. When I first got the pack, I thought, is this going to be too light for the type of climbing I do? I'm not known for babysitting or even taking good care of my gear. I found that through whatever, crawling through chimneys, banging it around, sitting on it, that even when the pack did show signs of wear or holes, nothing ever became of it. The hole would just sort of stay there and you could go about your business and continue to press on. The top pouch here, I use that mostly for organizational purposes. I think frankly with this sack you could get away just fine with just using it like that, but I like to have a couple of key items close at hand. In the top pouch here I put stuff that I might be accessing several times a day, so I have an insulated 1-liter bottle, extra pair of gloves for when those get wetted out, and towards the back a couple of things you might need. It was a north-facing route, so we didn't see much sun, but I got some sunglasses in there just in case, being the optimist, and the headlamp. In here is just kind of a basic repair medical kit. Really just consists of some painkillers, some seam grip, space blanket, and then in the bottom of the pouch here, my favorite piece of gear, essential for any climb successful, a pee bottle. Gotta love that. Collapsible 1-liter bottle, time tested, mother approved. Don't leave home without it. Keeps you from having to get out of your sleeping bag when you're staying good and hydrated. The inside of the pack here, I pack things based upon the order in which I think I'll need them. So in the top, I'm going to have my belay jacket, and inside that, in the inside pouch, I'm going to have a 1/2-liter bottle so I can keep sipping at the belays. It's also where I keep my duct tape, which completes my repair kit. Next up, I've got a light shell in case you need to layer up a little bit more. That'll help keep the wind off you. And then that exposes the little ninja pocket here, which is a great feature. There I keep items that I hope I won't need, but when I do need them, I'm going to need them quickly. And that consists of some wrap tat for failure or just for getting down. We spent on our route 2 days climbing the route, and then spent the 12 hours on the 3rd day descending the route. So using a V-threader and a wrap tat was pretty essential at that point. And then just some items for maintenance or meltdown, extra pick, root file. Have all those things close at hand. Moving on down the pack, everything from here on down in the bottom of the pack is stuff I'm really only hoping to need at the end of the day. So we've got the tent here. My partner Nate carried the stove and the fuel. You can check out his video on propaganda films. I carried the tent and the poles. So once I set up the tent, next thing I want to do is get inside the sleeping bag. I've got that here. That's a 15-degree bag. Unfortunately, it wasn't 15 degrees up there, so I also wore every other stitch of clothing. But below that, got food. Keep that all in a stuff sack. and I will put all my food away so it's real easy to access. I've got dinner, breakfast for the next day, goos and gels. For dinner, I used Mountain House dehydrated, and then you'll all recognize these. A little oatmeal there, Quaker Oats, coffee, and goos and gels. I use mostly hammer gels, Lara bars, stuff that's still space food but maybe halfway natural. And then really the only other luxury item, got a spare pair of socks in a Ziploc bag to keep them dry, so I can swap those out and dry my socks for the next day. And then the emergency item in the bottom of the bag is just a VHF aviation band radio, and that's got all the frequencies programmed in it for you know, in case you need it. Hopefully you don't. We didn't use it. The pack is set up in just a real simple one compartment, so when all the items are out of it, it becomes my bivy sack as well. I will use the foam pad there to insulate my feet and calves. I'm a tall guy, so this half-length bivy pad isn't going to cover all the meat, so I'll just stuff my feet inside the pack, and it adds a couple of degrees to my bag, helps keep my feet off the snow. That's my pack. Got me up and down, and I would definitely use it again. So thanks for watching CiloGear Propaganda Films.